about? Found out on the forums that what I had to do. Well, the thing that worked for me is that I created a new shortcut, drag that to the desktop, and drag the replay folder onto that from the desktop. Normally, you can double click on it, or right click open with, or whatever, right click open, and it will work. However, looking on the forums, no. That's not working anymore. So I had to create a new desktop. Well, it's all fine now. And it's now working. And this is the heartbreaking Panzer II game that I was talking about. So I'm traveling down here on a Encounter Himmelsdorf map. In my Panzer with a Panzer II-D and a Chino. T-106 goes rushing past. I decide to travel down here, head him off, because I know that he's going to be coming down and flanking. I could tell from his movement there. So I basically just stop. Well, I don't actually stop. I just keep firing. He gets hit, and then I finish him off with a casual ram. Get hit by the friendly Chini. Yeah, get hit by the friendly Chini there, and I basically just sit here, see if anyone else is going to follow that T-106. So yeah, I finished him off with a casual ram, and I was laughing about it at this point. I was just like, finish him off with a casual ram? And then he's just like, OMG noob gold tier 2, and then I'm like, no. I was like, no gold. I do, of course, have 30 rounds of APCR, but to deal with the T-106, this is a fact. The T-106 has 15mm of armor at the front. This gun has 40mm of penetration. So I stop and take some shots at the Panzer II. The T-106 is like _pathetic, and so I'm like, get him. And so I'm now typing in chat now, explaining about how he is wrong. I'm like, your tank has no armor. Anyone can get through it. Anyone, even this Panzer II-D can get through it. And we all know how bad the Panzer II-D's gun is. So I then stop and go to tie some more stuff in. There's a T2 light down there. Not sure what he's doing. Down there in the enemy T2 light. Not sure what the guy's doing. And then I'm like, especially my autocannon, which has 40 pen. That's 40 penetration. And now we've lost the hill. Panzer II-D is easily able to deal with the long tractor there. So yeah, he's just going to finish him off casually. And then I don't know what that guy says. Don't know what he means. I knew that BT2 was going to come down here, so I don't even go into gunner mode. I just finish him off there, and then I'm just like, what are you blabbering on about? And then Panzer II-D gets spotted, so I'm like, well, can't follow him that way. I'll head down here and head him off at where our base would normally be. Then a Cruiser 1 gets spotted, so I'm like, no, one at a time. Panzer II-D first, because he's threatening this cruiser. Cruiser gets one good penetrating shot. The other three, I guess, miss or bounce. And the Panzer II-D backs off whilst this cruiser is reloading. And then the Cruiser 3 on the enemy team say use gold when it is needed. Not sure whether he's on my side or T-106's. Panzer II-D only damages my track. I then finish him off, go for the reload in the middle of the clip. We are still losing 8-10. There's that Cruiser 1, so I then head back around to try and help the Cruiser here, our friendly Cruiser 3, against the Cruiser 1. T-106's I don't know what. M2 here, so I then pull out, take some shots at him. He luckily bounces off my frontal armor, and I get some good penetrations on him. I move over here, hit his track, detrack him, do some nice damage to him here. That Cruiser 1 pops out, so I finish him off. The M2 is on 3 health, and I finish him off through the drive wheel. So there's 2 more kills to add to my name. And now there's only me and the VAE Type B left versus an artillery, a Hargo, a T7 combat car, and a T18. Now the VAE Type B has just killed the Hargo, so I'm like, yeah, go VAE Type B. He's on 3 kills, so he's very helpful, but he's unfortunately dead now. The T18, seal clubbing T18 has killed him. And now there's only the T7 combat car, so I'm just like, if I can deal with the T18, I will have won this game. Because the T7 combat car with its 50 caliber proves no threat to a Panzer II whatsoever, especially from the front. So here he is, I spot him, come over, fire off some bursts. I unfortunately missed most of them because I'd literally just stopped and fired out at him. He fires at me, bounces obviously with his 50, he's not going to win. And so now there's only me and the artillery left. And so I try and stop here and see if they're going to be capping using my OP view range, which is almost as far as my signal range. So I better get on my signal range after this, after finishing up with my view range. So I basically sit, extend my view range, can't see anything, move over here, stop, extend my view range, can't see anything, because the T-18 was last spotted in that direction. And I don't want to move too far out from the railway, from the cover of these railway carriages, just in case he can see me and take a pot shot at me. But I'm just sort of cautiously making my way up. I'm advancing up cautiously here. Move up a bit more to extend my view range. No, he must have moved. So yep, so I then decide to flank back around, see if he's gone up via the hill or up via the road there by the base of the hill, or even if he's still over here. So I just stop, look down this road, aim at him. I am now past where his view marker is on my view range, by the way, here. That blue line shows my actual view range, and then as you can see it goes down. Not sure what the red one is, no idea. But I'm just like, okay, so he's not there. So let's go hunting for a T-18. So yeah, I now just start to drive along over here. Panzer II, not the fastest tier 2, but still 30 kilometers an hour. Well, 40 kilometers an hour. Luckily the T-1E6 has shut up. And now they're capping, so I'm like, ah, great, they must both be capping. Well, actually, no, I think I thought the arty was capping first, and so I'm like, oh no, the arty's capping, but I still have enough time, and oh no, now they're both capping. So, both of them are obviously capping to try and draw me out. I then go over to the capture circle. I do manage to, like, spot the artillery, I think. There you go, I spot the T-18, rather. And then I'm like, how the hell did I spot that guy? Because I didn't have a clear line of sight to him, so I'm just like, well, has he spotted me? So I'm like, well, I'll leave him over there, and I'll go and find this artillery, and then we can make it into a one-on-one fight, me versus a T-18. And by this time, I am going to be a one-shot kill for the T-18, regardless of how much armor I put in front of him on my Panzer II. So I'm just like, ah, crap, there he is. Fire off some bursts, bounce off of him because I wasn't aiming, so then quickly pull back, and then I try and reverse side scrape. I believe that's what it is. This is reverse side scraping. So I try and reverse side scrape. There's the artillery. Get one penetrating shot, and then blown away by his seal clubbing. By his seal clubbing big gun. So, yeah, unfortunately, there was the artillery. He was obviously hiding there. I actually thought he was hiding behind that building. I didn't realise that he was hiding there. I didn't actually know that I spotted him. I was too busy concentrating on the T-18. I was just like, ah, crap, I'm dead. Plus, I do have the results for this game. Knocking everything over whilst I get it. Where actually is it? Here it is. It was hiding. So here it is. So that was a 6,630 credit game base, with an extra 1,308 for courageous resistance, which is basically you got a top gun, but you lost, so we'll still give you some cash for getting the top gun. That's basically what they do about that. So overall, I got 7,129 credits. I apparently didn't write down how much I had after repairing, but alright. That's a derp from me. For XP, yeah, I got 492 XP, and I got almost 300 for Courageous Resistance. I got 297 XP for Courageous Resistance, which makes the total XP of 783 XP. And I was top of the team on XP earned, almost double the next player down from me. Which I was just like, okay. Which I think was the VAE Type B, or maybe the Panzer II-D. It was either one of them that it was next highest, and I almost got double their XP. I got Top Gun and Cool Headed. I dealt 11 crits to that enemy team, so I was just like, yeah. So yes, 11 criticals done. Heartbreaking Panzer II game for me. But I will thank you all for watching, and goodbye.